What's going on, folks? Fight Day live chat, UFC Vegas 35. Um, a little bit of a Locky late night episode, if you guys understand what I mean. um, yeah, excited for the card tonight. Um, it feels like forever since I went to Vegas, which was hilarious because that was the last card. I'm going to be repping this circa fitted for the next couple streams, just to continue to give a shout out to my guy Nick Kalikas, because he truly made that trip. He elevated it to the next level for me. Um, yeah, interesting fights tonight. As much as I didn't give a fuck about Tough before Tough actually I watched the first episode and then I fell off. And I'm like, this Petrosky kid looks pretty fucking good. Obviously, he went in there and just absolutely manhandled an Alaska FC product, but I still felt like he had potential. And then I didn't know that he lost to Brian Battle until like this week. So obviously, he did show his some weaknesses in his game, uh, but he should go out there and do work tonight. Kind of still pissed off that I have my laptop screen or a webcam that I'm using right now. Um, Yeah, I left my actual webcam over at my in-laws place a couple provinces over, so I'm just waiting for that to get shipped back. It is on its way, so hopefully I can have it in time for my streams next week. Um, for the couple that are of you that are in here, I will tease a little bit. Me and Z will more than likely be doing a fight companion next week. Um, just waiting to dot a couple I's and cross a couple T's. Um, yeah, 3 event winning streak now. So uh picks will not be dropping on the social media. That'll strictly be behind the Patreon paywall. Again, $5 a month. Link is in the description below. See if we can keep the streak going. You know what I mean? I think the longest I've hit was 11 straight. Um, I feel pretty good that we're going to get the fourth straight tonight. So let's see how that goes. Um, yeah, what time does the fight even start? I haven't even thought about that. Like, as soon as I hop off this, I wanna get on some tape index work. Obviously, we have the Contender Series coming up on Tuesday. I wanna get that up for you guys ASAP, and then obviously the following UFC event. I think we have a pretty I know there's no UFC event on September 11th. Let's see here. I did PFO 9. So Contender Series week 1 is next, which is August 31st. Vegas 36 is September 4th. Contender Series September 7th. Like, we're gonna have back-to-back contender series every single week until the end of or the beginning of November. So get prepped for that. Between August 31st and November 5th, I have to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19 tape indexes between September, October, and beginning of November. But that's why people love the tape index. I just got to get my ass a little bit more ahead of schedule than anything. Rex, I see you in there. I should have messaged you about this entire time, but your guy down there gave me a shirt to give to you, and I will be seeing you in the probably in the next week or two. But yeah, don't worry, I'm holding on to that. I'm not putting it on and going to sleep with it and then folding it back up and giving it to you. Don't worry about that. It's still in my bag, so it's staying fresh for you right there. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Again, this stream, this fight day live chat is for you guys. The stream's all for you guys. That's why I like to do it on the on fight day. Also, let's get rid of that Ultimate Weigh-In show. I think at a certain point I'm gonna have to figure out how to switch on over to OBS, which I believe is the other way that you could stream uh from YouTube, but have more control of what's going on the screen. Like, I see a bunch of other, live stream people and Twitch people, and I believe they all do it through OBS. So I'm gonna have to take a crash course in OBS and eventually switch over to that. I love StreamYard. but again, it is kind of like iPhones and Androids, right? iPhones, it's a little bit more hard coded to only accept some things, whereas Android, you can always just, do anything with the Android. Again, I haven't had an iPhone in the past couple generations, so I'm not sure if iPhone has caught up in that aspect. But yeah, it feels like OBS is Android, where you can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. Like the one thing that I really wanted to do was when I do fight companions, like whenever me and Z get together and do fight companions, I want to be able to put the timer at the bottom so you guys can follow along, especially if people, so they can sync up or if they're watching on a replay or something like that. Something like that. So I gotta figure out how to do that. For now, OBS or sorry, StreamYard is doing the damn thing, so we'll stick with that. All right, let's see what the chat is saying. Hopefully no hopefully no fucking stupid spammers today. Today might be the day that I have to give out a wrench. Speaking of which, I totally blew past my mind that I still have not unblocked my guy Ben Peak. Let me just quickly fix that on stream here right now, and then I'll let the questions pile up a little bit as well. Where is it? Yeah. If you guys remember, we had a day where there's a bunch of trolls in here just spamming the chat. You know what it is. Um, and I accidentally blocked my guy Ben Peak. There we go, Ben. You are now unblocked, and you can listen to me from your own account. I'm just going through it again to make sure I'm good. Yeah. There's so many people that I've blocked. Like, get a life, people. All right. Let's get back to the stream here. Danny Legs in the chat, getting crunk right off the rip. I saw he posted a picture of like just a counter full of booze. So I don't know if Danny Legs is getting ripped. Maybe I'll get fucked up tonight too. Maybe I'll do a fight companion, solo fight companion. What do you guys think? DXJC56, the first couple episodes were trash, but the season picked up in the middle. I actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm not one of those guys saying fuck tough or anything like that. Maybe next season I'll watch it. I don't know. We'll see. SKD solid card tonight. We all win with the main event though. Best of luck to you, brother, as always. Yeah, that's why I can't put any like real money on the main event here. I think if anything, I'm poking the under 4.5, but that's about it. Like it's gonna be a crazy fight. Should tell us a lot about both guys. John West in the chat. What's up, Lock? Let's catch some slips this week. I'm all over Turman. See everyone else on Alvi. Not really sure what I'm missing. It's the durability. That's the main thing here. I don't know if Turman has the chops to go out there and implement his game without getting knocked the fuck out. But yes, skill for skill, Turman is probably the better fighter at this point in time. It's just how are you going to fight your fight if you're not conscious? But um, Yeah, I don't hate the play. I really don't hate the play. Even if you're backing Avi, I think the way to play him is the KO prop at plus 300. It must be a little bit worse right now. So let's see what's going. Rexley, appreciate you stopping by. Let's keep the streak going. Or someone, Becky, stopping by in the chat. Appreciate you doing that, brother. SKD got D. Kariko at a good number and parlayed with Murdov. Not a hedging guy, but I was surprised I could get Al Hassan round one for plus 600. Feels pretty safe all around. I agree. Again, it's like we don't often get hedging opportunities uh, for that high of a price. You know, I'd hedge a little bit. Like again, I'm not a hedging guy, just like you. I'm not a hedging guy, but just to offset the potential loss a little bit, not bad. John West, if anyone isn't in the Patreon, your Discord is worth itself. Dope chat on all sports, always going on. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm surprised, man. It's so hard for me to keep up with the Discord chat. You guys are absolute savages in there. But I try to hop in when I can. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep up with that shit. But I love it. I love that everybody's kind of just staying chill, staying positive, and cashing tickets, whatever the fuck it is. We all sweat together. I love it. DXJC, Lucas Bresky, Lock the Knife for Dana White Contender Series episode 1. I doubt I'm going to be doing Contender Series, man. I've been burned in the past a little bit too much with like the outside of the cage factors. Like I'll study it just so that I could give people my prediction, but it's completely up to caution. Maybe what I'll do is like lower my limit, like not do a lock and night play for Dana White Contender Series. You know what I mean, do like 1 or 2 unit plays if I see a serious mismatch and the odds are good enough. That's probably what I'll do. Definitely worth it though. To get 10 straight weeks of extra fights and extra, money making opportunities, might as well. I just convinced myself to do Contender Series, but again, not with my regular lock of the night style that I'm normally doing. So we'll see how that goes. SKD also, I got stones. I got so stoned last night. I thought I bet night instead of Moffin and was pleasantly surprised at my balance afterward. That's always a good thing. Moise audio on the carousel owner. Who's next? Gilmore? Do you not know? Gilmore's probably next, let's be honest. Jim Wallen, any favorite underdog picks? Honestly, on the money line, there's not much I like. Sam Alvey's pretty much evens now. Brian Keystand is my other selection, but I don't feel super good about him. Um, I will say this for my dog of the night play, I did take a total, a plus money total as my dog of the night play. That's how much I don't like the money line underdogs for this card. Buffalo on the beat. Appreciate you stopping by, brother. Rexy prelims at 7. Perfect. So we got about 5 hours after the fights. After the stream. Alex Prokop 6 Rando. Okay. We need locks, bro. Check the Patreon, my bro. Danny Legs. See you looking there. Let's see. Dab Father in the house. Appreciate you stopping by. Thoughts on Kevin Lee versus Daniel Rodriguez? I think Lee wins, man. But there's a lot of again, outside of the cage factors in here that are kind of messing with me. Like skill for skill. Again, this is another spot where Kevin Lee should go out there and be able to do what Kevin Lee does. That's grapple fuck. My guy Andrew MMA knockout bets last night was saying he feels super confident in the fact that he thinks Kevin Lee will get him down and absolutely slaughter him on the ground. I don't see it happening that way. I think he wins by decision. I think Rodriguez will do a good enough job in terms of nullifying the amount of damage Kevin Lee is going to be getting from on top. And yeah, I like Kevin Lee. Gas tank has always been a question mark, but I don't think Rodriguez is going to put a hellacious pace that Lee's going to be, gasping for air come the third round. So yeah, I got Lee by decision. We need locks pad. Yo, what do we think about Kevin Lee's return? I think this is a good and favorable matchup for him. I like it better than the Brady fight, obviously. I think he was the underdog in that fight, if I'm not mistaken. Not saying I don't think he beats Brady, but I feel like this is lesser opposition. Danny Lake saying yes, lock fight companion. Dabfather likes that too. King Win is Barboza winning tonight. I think so, but I'm very split on that fight. The only thing I like in that fight is the under 4.5. Buffalo on the beat. We found the Georges throwing the trash bin at the airport. Perfect. Glad somebody's enjoying it. Also, Mo and Becky, I was listening to your Wayne show while working out. Great breakdowns. Thank you, brother. I love doing that show. SD Crusader in the chat. Love it. DXJC Sam Alvey got super solid takedown defense. See, that's another reason. Although optically speaking, it never looks like Sam Alvey is winning a fight, he does a good job of losing fights vertically rather than getting grapple fucked. And I think that will stay true here as well. Mystic Soso, what's going on, brother? I appreciate you stopping by. African, hey, my Uso, what's up? Nothing much, brother. Urso, Moambeka, do you plan in advance who you bring to your Wayne show? Yes. I try to have it planned out for 2 weeks in advance, 3 weeks in advance, but there's just so much fight week stuff that happens at times that I have to switch the lineup. So I'm not gonna lie, it's becoming a little bit of a pain. However, I know there's guys out there that I can always guarantee, like, I'll at least have one person on for sure. The goal is always 4, but, yeah. Next week's, I think you guys are really gonna enjoy. I can't announce it yet, but, if it sticks, good God, it might be the best episode of The Ultimate Wayne Show. Just I'm gonna tease you guys that hard. I'm gonna tease you guys that hard. Mystic Sosa, Mario Sosa, lock of the night for Dana White Contender Series inside the distance. Dude's a savage. I'll definitely keep note of that guy. African saying, yo, fuck PFI. I hit all my bets, but that pacing is unbearable. Yeah, that was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Ruined my night. Yeah, that was bad. I was doing my weigh-in stream at that time, and I kept looking up at the screen because I had the fights on there, or I thought I had the fights on it. It was literally just interviews the entire time. I was like, oh god, that's got to be bad. Olajuwon Dream, appreciate you stopping by in the chat, my brother. Bu- 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 or someone Becky, I mostly listen to you via Spotify, and the guys from Bloody Elbow, Zane and Connor Rebush would be a good show, maybe. Interesting. I don't. I've never actually heard of them. Like, to be honest, like Bloody Elbow, I actually muted on my thing because they're dropping some dumbass articles that are just like, you know what? I don't really care what comes out of this place anymore. But there could be some diamonds in the rough there. I'll look into those guys just so I could shake it up a little bit. Nicholas West in the chat, appreciate you stopping by. Yes, good luck to you as well, my brother. Danny Legs, Ed said gonna win us a bag. That would be nice. As long as it's under 4.5. DXJC saying he stand is a nightmare to try and figure out. Objectively, his level of competition is abysmal, but on the show, he beat two of the better guys in the weight class. Makes no sense. Yeah, that is so true. I still think that he wins. I think that he wins here, but Tercius is a slippery motherfucker. Robot Chicken Wing saying, I got D Rod. Good luck to you there, my man. Olajuwon Dream saying, do you think Trushan would have beat Battle? The thing is, I didn't get to look into Trushan that hard. Like the only thing that I saw was his who the fuck did he knock out? Gilbert Urbina fight. I haven't seen any other tape on him. From what I saw, looked good. Nice hands, good power, good discipline. Um, for me, it depends on what his takedown defense is like against somebody not Gilbert Urbina. Because Brian Battle has better takedowns, so he could probably drag it to the ground and kind of grapple fuck him there. Yeah, kid looks like he has promise though. Very young, right? 3-0 or something. Jeez. Chris Naru, who we got tonight, my man, Manpreet. I'll give you guys my I'll run down the card real quick and just give you my quick prediction who I think is gonna win, just so you guys know where I'm at. Barboza, likely under 4.5. Battle, he stand Lee Petrosky. I like the under 1.5 there. Mahmoud Murdov, Deke Rico, Sam Alvey. I like the under 2.5 there. Stuart Jacoby. I like Jacoby. I also like the under 2.5. I like JJ Aldrich. I like Jamal Emmers, and then I like Manda Martinez. Don't mind the under 1.5 there, but if you have access to the under 2.5, I know it's a little bit juicy, but I feel like that's a pretty damn good spot here. African saying, honestly, can't believe I'm hammering Sam Alvey inside the distance and round props, but Turman's face is just an absolute magnet for punches. Yeah, I can't blame you for that one, man. I can't blame you for that one. Sveinson, Mike saying Alvey 0-5-1 in his last 6 fights, but I think he's a live dog. Crazy. No, I agree with you. But I would take him by KO just to get the most juice out of that squeeze. Robot Chicken Wings and taking Brunson next week. Ooh. I really, 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 really like Tail pre-tape. So let me run the tape again and see what it is. Bout better. How do you feel about the under 1.5 in the Petrosky Mearshart Munda bouts? I like it for sure in the Petrosky fight. I 75% like it in the Munda fight. I don't really like it in the Mearshart fight. I could see that one get stretched out a little bit. But I do think that Murdoch finishes him out at some point. Moy's audio prediction, Gigi Aldrich gets a doctor stoppage, TKO. Interesting. I know a couple of my buddies that really like that. I think Z fired off on it like 2 units at plus 220 or some shit like that, or plus 4 something. I don't recall what it was, but Yeah, you got a pretty good line on it. Dennis Lee, everyone's on Aldridge, but I think there's a possibility Demopoulos winning by KO. Am I crazy? Yes, you're absolutely nuts. But hey, if it happens, it happens. Manny V saying, "Do you think Lee versus Rodriguez goes the distance?" I do, but there's people out there I trust as well that say that they believe Lee will get the finish. I think he grinds it out. DXJC LFA is the best regional MMA promotion. Literally got through their entire main card in under 2 hours. Never any bullshit filter. They don't have if I'm not mistaken, they don't have a television deal, right? That's the difference. That is truly the difference there. Ric Flair is Mana's head in this fight. I think so. I think he's fired up at least to go out there and make his coach proud. Lajuan Dream saying I really like Trishan and Tough. I didn't get to see his his second fight or first fight, whatever it is. The only one that I saw was the Urbino one. Robot Chicken Wings, I'm picking her too. I'm not sure about KO though. Yep. John West, personally, I think this whole narrative that Edson is a new fighter at this weight is premature. His tough matchup is a loss to Ige, super close, but Ige was exposed by the zombie. Ige is still a tough out, man. Like the fact that he stole around for Cater, that and considering what we thought about Edson going down to 145 pounds, I think he's kind of proven us wrong to a certain extent. But we'll see how this fight goes. Yannick Leberge saying few bucks on Demopolis KO plus 1300. I don't know, man. I'd say Demopolis sub, if anything, but I'd be very surprised. John West, I have a unit on Giga. If other things hit, I'll probably increase. Good luck, my man. Ursula is saying her Diego Lima talked very highly of Trishan Gore, trained with the Lima brothers. His style kind of says it too. Yeah, I believe he's down there at Atlanta American Top Team or some shit like that. Yeah, kid's young. I look forward to seeing what he brings to the table. I'm absolutely certain that they're going to put together whoever wins the middleweight finale tonight, which should be Brian Battle. They're going to put him against Gore again next. It's just bound to happen. SKD when it's pushing Noor and Saftik hasn't tweeted his magical tweet. You still got like 6 hours. Don't worry. About better, would you parlay those under 1.5? Personally, I would not. I feel a little bit skeptical about that Murdoff one. Um, I like the Martinez fight doesn't go to decision, Petrosky fight doesn't go to decision, and Murdoff. I like that right there. Alvi should have won Span and Un fights. Maybe that's why the UFC is still keeping him around. Olajuwon Dream, you got Paulo Woodley. I hope Tyron knocks him the fuck out from Mama Woodley. I'm going to be betting Tyron Woodley at plus 150. I feel like that's a weird line. I'm going Woodley. Doughboy Nasty, thoughts on a parlay of Aldrich, Murdov inside the distance, Petrosky inside the distance at plus 119. I can't say I don't hate it. I like it. I really, really like it there. Yeah. And nothing to say to that other than I agree. Olajuwon Dream, I can't believe PFL got delayed for a high school football game. That was a blowout. Yeah, that was so dumb. Just really tells you where ESPN's priorities are, right? Was it ESPN? Whatever the fuck it was. I was watching it on a fucking live stream up here in Canada. Olajuwon Dream and why was Francis there? Yeah, that one fucking tripped me out too. Again, this is all happening while I'm doing my Ultimate Weigh-In stream. First, I see Gable Stevenson up there. I'm like, really? PFL's gonna bring him on too? And really, this guy's traveling all around to fucking be at these events. Like, dude. Uh, and then seeing Ngannou up there, I was like, oh god. And they got Mickey Ward out there too. Like, what the fuck was happening? Aldrich finished in third round plus 1800. Yeah, I think that's worth a little bit of a sprinkle. If she does get the finish, she'll probably come late. Chris Lure, yep, I'm going Tyrone 2, price too nice. I agree. Doodle Sabatini. I actually like Jamal Emmers there, man. I think he'll be fine defensively in terms of his grappling, and then let his hands go after that. John West, I have Jacoby Parlay to ask for next week. Any thoughts? I'm actually considering fading uh fading Tom Aspinall next week with Sergey Pavlovich. I got to do the tape. Again, I've never really been super high on Aspinall, not like a lot of people, and I feel like Pavlovich might be the guy that I've been waiting for to finally fade him with. Robot Chicken Wings, it was his first fight at featherweight. Give Edson a break. He looks better in each fight. Eagle lost a zombie. It's not like he's a dumb scrub. Yeah, I agree. Acai Fueled Mountaineer. Been a while since I've seen you in the chat, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. Juggling whether to go big on Lee inside the distance plus 230 or under 2.5 at plus 110. Personally, I think Lee does win by decision, but I don't hate that plus 230. The under 2.5 is not too bad of a line either, considering that it covers a possible Rodriguez KO, possible Kevin Lee gas job, but plus 230 is not bad, man. African, with the first three rounds are between 1600 to 1700. I think that's clearly the best bet. If he hasn't landed on Jake at that point, he's probably not going to. Jake's head movement is non existent. Yes. Rounds one, two, three. I think that would be great. Ursula Moambeki did sprinkle a little bit on Canadian money line. I don't hate it. I do think the line is wide. African saying walked face first with eyes closed into an overhand right by Ben Askren, for fuck's sakes. Yeah. He's going to get blasted, man. I really think that Woodley's going to blast him in that first round. John West also got a line messed up by the books pointed out in the Discord. Sabatini plus 3.5, plus 180. Is there a point to hedge at all? I don't mind that, actually. I don't know if there's a point to hedge that. I like it, but I will say this. What's Sabatini? Let's see. Sabatini by decision plus 285. Yeah, I don't mind that. That's a good spot. Josh Shergill, what did I miss? Nothing, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. DJ Low, what's going on, brother? Hope you're healing up all good. Lajuan Dream, any DraftKings advice? I haven't actually put in a lineup this week. I did do some prize picks though. I'll share with you guys some prize picks if you guys want to fuck around on that. And if you haven't signed up to prize picks, use the promo code UFC 100 and they'll match your initial deposit up to $100. So I have combinations of these following prize picks. Barboza over 77.5 strikes, Brian Battle over 39.5 significant strikes, Petrosky under 5 minutes, D. Creco over 47.5 minutes, or sorry, over 47.5 significant strikes, and then Martinez under 7.5 minutes. That's what I'm liking. Again, DraftKings wise, I haven't even looked at the salaries. Lajuan Dream. No, PrizePicks is not on DraftKings. It's just PrizePicks.com. It's its own platform. Ursa Becky Pavlovich is very good. Only lost to Overeem in the UFC. Yep. DJ Low, final thoughts on the tough matchups. Petrosky via ass whooping, first round. Battle via decision, and Stand via decision, or possibly first round knockout. Josh Rigo saying, yeah, ready for the parlay and the over-under parlay. Yeah, I'm probably going to do the over-under parlay in about 20 minutes, though, so there's still time. African, I hate that the UFC matched up Pavlovich and Aspinall, plenty of old lads they could have given them instead of each other. I don't mind the matchup. I don't mind it at all because it gives Aspinall the testing needs, and you got to remember that the heavyweight division is very much lacking here. If I'm not mistaken, they got Volkov fighting Marcin Tybura, which I gotta believe that's a lock of the night play on Volkov. I can't wait to see what the odds are there. Let's see if they actually have those odds up. Yeah, no, it's too early. But yeah, very thin heavyweight division. We got to remember that. Svensson, Mike saying, "How do you like these parlays?" Martina Barboza, Jacoby Emmers, Petrosky. Yeah, I think they all win. The Barboza fight again, it's close in my opinion, but I do think he wins. But I do really like all the other spots as well. Lajon Dream saying, "I'm gonna check it out. Use promo code UFC 100." I don't think they have any rollover shit, just considering the style of their website. So yeah, they'll match your initial deposit up to $100. Ben Peak, ready to make some money. Hope all our locks hit. I am focused to be like the crappers I listen to. You guys are awesome. So much love. Appreciate you, Ben. And also, Ben, if you didn't hear earlier, I unblocked your account, so you can go back to the other one if you like. Elijah Andreen, I love Tercios Energy. He's an interesting dude. Yeah, reminds me of Tony Ferguson. T Koval 24 saying you like 3-4 or decision in main event tonight. If you have access to that 3-4 decision, I like it, or 4-5 decision, I like it. For the what's it side, for the Barboza side. African Volkov inside the distance is going to be the fastest hammer on planet Earth. Well, is going to be the fattest hammer on planet Earth. Yes, that will more than likely be my lock of the night play. What card is that on though? Let's see, UFC 267, end of October. So we're a month, 2 months away from it. God damn. Dennis Lee, Tertios, high stand, fight doesn't go to decision. Petrosky Gilmore, fight doesn't go to decision. Aldrich, Demopoulos, fight doesn't go to decision. Chikadze Barboza, under 4.5. Lee Rodriguez completes one round and battle money line. The only ones that have me slightly sketched out are the first leg, Tercios doesn't go to decision, and Aldrich doesn't go to decision. I like everything else. Good luck on that, brother. JC Petrosky via decision is the lock. Yeah, okay. God damn. I'd be so pissed and stunned if that's actually what happens. Alexander Ryan, Mana Murdov, Petrosky all win in round one plus 1325. Not bad. Petrosky via first, yeah. Dennis Lee, thanks, man. No worries, brother. We got about 80 of you guys in here right now. If you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like, hit that subscribe. Always like to remind you guys there. My guy Josh here go drop in one of his parlays. He's got Murdov inside the distance, Petrosky under 1.5, Martinez inside the distance, Aldrich money line, Barboza money line, or the under 4.5. Battle Brady, Brady he stand, Lee, Terman Alvi under 2.5, Emers, Woodley rounds 1 to 3. Thank you later. Yeah, I like it all. I can't say I don't like or I don't hate any of it. Gonna be a sweat, but I think there's a good chance of that one. Let's see here. Lajon Dream, hitting that like button is always the first thing I do. Glad you feel that way and actually do that, Mr. Lajon Dream. Joseph Sekri saying Liverpool live bet Aldrich Petrosky round one. Interesting. Don't follow soccer much. I do just blindly tell guys at times, but I know nothing about it. All I know is that Cristiano Ronaldo is on Manchester United or Man City. I could be off. Which team did Ronaldo sign with, or whatever the fuck they did? Window transfer, whatever the fuck you Brits call it. DJ Low saying, any chance Woodley takes a dive? I don't think so. Dennis Lee, how was the food at the Apex, by the way? Wasn't bad. The funny thing is I only really ate two of the things. There was some beef braised, Modelo braised, like I don't know, like those small slices of bread. They just put it on it, and it's goddamn, what's it called? It's an appetizer at pretty much every fucking restaurant. It's gonna piss me off. But there's one of those, which wasn't that good because the bread was a little bit too thick and too hard. Um, but they had some lobster tacos, which were the bomb. Those I downed a couple of those ones. Those were fucking good. Everything else was whatever. I can't have hummus. They had some hummus shit. But all you can drink as well, which was great. JC Kennedy via sub round two. Not bad as long as the fight doesn't go to decision hits there. I'm cool with that. Joseph Sekri, United. He went to United. Okay, cool. There you go. Yeah, I don't follow it, but obviously that was all over my timeline yesterday. Sure, you guys saying Messi, Ronaldo. What team is Messi on though? Like I know the teams, but I just don't know which guys are on which teams and shit. I want to say, yeah, I don't know what team is Messi actually on. Socrates, appreciate you stopping by, my guy. Sveinson, Mike saying thanks for what you do outside of two SDs. The record of guys who recently beat EB is 82-8. Outside of two split decisions, who's beaten EB? Who the fuck is EB? EB. Why is it not? Oh, Edson Barboza. God damn. That's why I shouldn't be doing lucky late nights during fight day live chats. I like it. Olajuwon Dream, who had the best walkout at the Apex. Man, they were all so legit. Like I was so into all of them. Not one sticks out to be honest. Like I was just so enthralled with the fact that the walkout was happening like right in front of me. I didn't really take in like the music or actually, you know what? The main event was pretty. I think it was the main event where both guys walked out to 50 Cent. That was a trip, but like, yeah, that was pretty cool. Messi went to PSG. Okay, interesting. PSG. He left Barcelona after 2 decades. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, of course he was on Barcelona, and they had like a killer crew there, right? Wasn't David Villa on that team or something like that? They were like the Lakers or some shit, right? Where they always had the big names. And yeah, PSG was pretty big too. I remember. I think Ibrahimovic was on that team a while ago. Um, yeah, nice. Cause of stupid management. Andre Locke, who would you have preferred? Who would you have picked if Trafon was fighting Brian Battle? I answered this earlier. Again, I didn't really get to look into Gore much outside of his one fight with Gilbert Abina. Um, but his striking looked good. It seemed like he would have been able to put a bit of a pace on Battle. For me, I'd like to see what the takedown defense of Gore looks like. Um, maybe Battle. Uh, Maybe Battle would be successful in terms of taking him down and nullifying that striking that Trishan was bringing to the table. Josh Sugar, it's like Kobe leaving the Lakers. Yeah, Barboza. Mr. Bubbles likes Aldrich inside the distance. You're not the only one, but I don't. Ursel saying I kind of liked Palatnikov's walkout, just sad that he lost that quick. Yeah, Palatnikov. Yeah, that was a great fight to start the card off. I was very happy about that. The first couple fights were like banging, right? Couple finishes there. Um, I know a lot of people thought the Kelleher fight really brought a screeching halt to the entertainment aspect of that card or those prelims. I had, Kelleher was my biggest play that night, so I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. Um, but yeah, some good knockouts, some fun fights. I really thought it delivered. Info MMA Brazil Mana round one. It's a good spot. I think it hits. Um, yeah, I think it hits. Andre, thoughts on Tercios Heastand? I like Heastand. I think he wins by decision, but not the most confident in it. Staying away from that fight, to be honest. I need to see more from that 22-year-old before I trust him there. Let's see. What fight haven't we really talked about? Um, Deke Rico and Al Hassan. I think Deke Rico wins there. Yeah, actually, you guys have done a pretty good job of talking about every single fight. Did you hear William Knight yelling after he KO'd Ashanti Epic? Yeah, that was crazy. That was some primal shit. The one that sticks out to me more is actually Brahimai. When Ramiz finished Palatnikov, he was like very celebrating, very, very loud, and would just keep coming over to the fan side and saying what, like, kind of like pointing to us and shit. The other one was Vince Pichel during the fight, going into the third round, him like screaming to himself and shit. That was crazy. Like he was looking over at us and we were just fucking going nuts for it. Um, yeah, man, fucking phenomenal experience. Tennessee GM3 have no chance. I really don't think so, man. This is MMA. There's always a chance. Excuse me, but I think that it's very minimal. I truly think it's very minimal. Andre, the energy at the apex seems next level. Yeah, it's like again, even if they were somewhat boring fights, like it would be so hard to not be jacked up to be that close to the fucking fights to begin with. Like they were not far from us at all. Like that was one of the best views I've ever had. And not to mention, I was on they have rafters pretty much. The first is just the floor where they have a couple couches. Second row is like a little bit elevated, and then third row is a little bit more elevated. So we were like perfectly in line with seeing what was happening. I will say though, the Pantoja Royval fight, the majority of it took place on the ground, and you could see at certain spots, but then it also did take place along a side where like my view was slightly obstructed because like we were dead center with the cage, like with flush with the cage. But on the left side where I was looking, there was one of the posts, and on the post was one of the cameramen. So he took up a little bit of space, but that was very like maybe covered about 10% of the cage on that side, but still, it was hard to see the Royval and Pantoja scrambles. But luckily, the TVs are like, or their monitors that they have around the Apex are so easily accessible with your eyes. Like you can just like watch the fight and then just got to look up a little bit to see the screen. So that's like the only time I remember having to look at the screen. I will say the Roberts fight, I didn't get to see the kick land flush. I saw Bahamunis throw it and I saw Roosevelt fall. I didn't see the impact because it was right where that post was and where that cameraman was. Still crazy though. Bubbles Jacoby Stewart. I think Jacoby wins. I actually think Jacoby finishes him as well. Manny V, what you think about Brandon Moreno call out? Yeah, that was interesting. I feel like Askarov deserves it, to be honest. Let's do actually Pantoja and Figueiredo already fought. Maybe do a rematch of that if you guys want. But I think Askarov should be next, to be honest. But Pantoja does have a good argument considering he has 2 wins over this guy already. Jazz Shergill, hot take. I think Turman gets a sub or Valvey tonight plus 600 odds where the sprinkle. That's why I like the under 2.5 in that fight as well. It covers both outcomes. Urso saying the nickname from hell might be the best so far I've heard. Yeah. There's somebody in the crowd that's like, let's take him to hell. uh yeah, it's jokes. Vince Michelle is a G. I can't believe he's still getting wins. 38 years old, right? I don't know how many people just faded that fight considering the age discrepancy, but it doesn't always work out that way. Does not. I remember breaking down that fight last week and having people hit me up and be like, why are you picking a 38-year-old to win? That's why, because he can win. Andre Lee by sub, do you think it's a high possibility? I think the decision is a higher possibility. I'd say sub would be second. I'd say that would be his second best path to victory in this fight, or method of victory for this fight. All right, we got about 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna get the hell up on out of here. Got a bunch of things to do the before the card kicks off. Mr. Bubba is saying, I like Jacoby too. I'm worrisome about the distance or not because Stewart hasn't been finished in a while. Yeah, but I think now that like he's at 205 pounds too, I think he's going to feel that difference. in how big these dudes are. And Jacoby's a big dude, very good striker. The way he nullifies the movement of his opponent with his leg kicks, I think that's going to be big for him here too. And then I think he'll eventually find that knockout blow. I'm calling second round. Under 2.5, not too bad there either at plus 150 ish, plus 140 ish. Or someone, Becky, if Pantoja fights Figgy again, he'll be a massive dog. He should avoid it, in my opinion. Possibly. Pantoja's probably the favorite going into the Moreno rematch, though, right? I still think he loses to Figgy. Possibly. That was such a weird performance that we saw from Figueiredo last time around. Like a lot of people were, set that he would hold the title. Excuse me. He would hold the title for a while, but goddamn, that was quick. No worries, Bubbles. Appreciate you stopping by. AJ MMA betting. Shout out to my guy AJ Sholo. Lock is in the zone heading into this fight night card. Love the calm, cool, and collected energy, bro. It's what weed does to you. But yes, it's nice being on a little bit of a upswing with the momentum and stuff in terms of betting as well. 3 event winning streak was always nice. Let's try to parlay that into a 4 fight winning streak and possibly, win a nice big bet tonight as well. Some lottery degen parlays and stuff. Let's see how that goes. Um, I might as well just quickly give my thoughts on Woodley ass Paul. I think that Woodley does knock his ass out. Uh I think it comes early. I've seen some takes where people think that even if it goes late, they think that Woodley could win. For me, it's more so that I don't think that Paul has ever felt what it feels like to get hit by a guy like Woodley. Like I don't think he's faced anybody that hits as hard as Woodley. And that's where my pause comes in terms of, why the fuck is he a minus 200 favorite to a guy like this? Knocking out Ben Askren doesn't really do much. We knew Ben Askren couldn't strike. We know Woodley can kind of strike. And I really think he's going to knock his ass out. I really, really think so. David Dean, Locke, give me the best case for Giga, height, reach, Ali Client. I love that you threw that last one in there. Honestly, I think his best path to victory in this fight is getting Edson out of there early. That Giga kick is nasty. The guy has a ton of power behind it, and he's a good kickboxer. I don't want to take anything away from him. Technically speaking, he might be the better pure kickboxer, but this is MMA kickboxing, and that's completely a different scenario. And Edson's been doing it for as long as he's been doing it, compared to Giga, who obviously hasn't been in the MMA game for that long. But Giga, if he can set up his kicks well, if he can land on the target, he could possibly get Edson out of there early. But I think the longer that it goes, I think Giga will start to slow down, and I think that's going to be much more in the favor of Barboza. Um, yeah, I'm psyched for this fight. I'm not completely writing off Giga, honestly. Again, I like the under 4.5 more. I'm hoping for some violence here, which I think we'll get, and I think somebody's going to get the finish. I'm officially predicting Barboza round 4 KO. We'll be sprinkling those round props as well, but that's about it. There's some more. Becky has to be the weight cut. I think he had to cut like 30 plus pounds before rematch with Moreno. Okay, yeah. Like it was such a weird figgy that we saw. Maybe he comes back and reclaims the throne. Who knows? All right, let's do the totals parlay for you savages. Let's go. Let me get into my bookie here. Uh, get your pens and papers ready. Let's get this totals parlay going. All right, UFC on ESPN 30 apparently is what it's called. Let's go to the totals. So let's go with the under 1.5 for the Martinez fight. Let's go with under 2.5 for Stewart and Jacoby. Under 2.5 for Alvi Turman. Under 1.5 for Petrosky Gilmore. Over 2.5 for Battle. No, I'm going to stay away from that. under 4.5 for Barboza Chikadze. So literally picking all unders this time around. Not much else I feel too comfortable with on this card. Um, the other ones I would consider would be the over 2.5 in D Crico Al Hassan, and over 2.5 in Houston Tercios, but I'm going to stay away from those. So again, not the biggest parlay here, but we got some pretty damn good odds. So the final odds aren't too bad. Once again, we got Guido Canetti, Mana Martinez under 1.5. We got Darren Stewart, Dustin Jacoby under 2.5. Alvi Turman under 2.5. Gilmore Petrosky under 1.5. And Barboza Chikadze under 4.5. That spits out plus 2047 for the parlay, putting $50 on it to win just over $1,000. There you go. I believe we hit 2 cards ago or 3 cards ago with the totals parlay, so hopefully it comes through once again for you guys. Dog MMA, let's go, brother. I appreciate you stopping by. I got just under 10 minutes left here. Then I'm gonna get started on the rest of my work. House of Guards saying no lock of the night tonight. The policy, or the thing that I've been running ever since I started this lock of the night thing, was I give out free picks until I'm on a 3 event winning streak. Now that I'm on a 3 event winning streak, I'm gonna only have the picks behind that Patreon paywall, which again, $5 a month. Link is in the description below. Until we hit a losing event. Once we hit a losing event, then we go back to free picks until we go on another 3 event winning streak. So I apologize, House of Guards. You're getting 3 straight weeks of winning lock of the night plays. Now we're going to go back to that $5 a month thing on the Patreon. Again, shout out to the Patreon members, not just for the picks. We got a best bets and props article that I drop on there, prize picks tips that I drop on there. The Discord community itself is worth the $5 alone. So that's where you will find the lock that I play. I did make my final bets post last night. Again, that covers my official plays as well as just for fun plays. Okay, in the chat saying sup G, I'm sorry late. I'm late. Sorry. Yeah, we only got about 7 minutes left. So if you want to hit this on the replay, you're welcome to do so, or ask any questions that you have now before I get the hell up on out of here. 5 hours to the fights. I gotta update the tape index. I gotta put up the bets for the lock of the night and dog of the night challenge. A lot going on. A lot going on. I want to get as ahead of the tape index as possible, man. That's crazy. Again, I remember running through the numbers just now at the beginning of the stream. 19 events or so between now and the beginning of November that I got to get tape indexes up for. Again, I'm not looking for a boohoo story over here. I'm just saying that there's a lot that lock still does. Seems like the chat is starting to slow down. We're down to about 66 live viewers at the moment. Seems like nobody really has any questions. Drop any questions that you guys have for the card tonight. Very big deal saying Mana, Petrosky, Muradov inside the distance. I like all of those. Nathan Schwartz, do you like Tercios Heaston over 1.5 and minus 334? I think that's a little bit too juiced for that. Tercios is just such a fucking wild man, right? I know a lot of his fights have gone to a decision. Um, it should hit. That should hit, but I'm staying away from it. I'm not parlay piecing that shit. Matthew Russell in the chat saying appreciate all your hard work, bro. We appreciate you as well. I appreciate you as well. John, DK thoughts. I want to play Lee. I think he can overwhelm and get first round finish. Even if he doesn't get a first round finish, still probably going to score very heavily considering his takedowns and control time I'm expecting to get here. Yeah, I don't think that Lee is a bad DK spot. Jason Parlay Woodley with all my MMA parlays. Don't do that. Again, there could still be some craziness that happens. But yes, I am parlaying Woodley with a couple of plays just as my degen shit, but I'm not getting too crazy with it. All right, just got about 4 minutes left. Um, Again, the card kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern. So get your munchies, get all your shit ready to go. Go for it. Dennis Lee, should I boost my parlays with some will complete one round on the ones you figure won't be ending early? Let's see which ones I don't think will end early. Battle Urbina, I'd be surprised if that ends early. Uh, Al Hassan D. Carrico, I'd be surprised if that ends early. Uh, Aldrich Demopoulos, Emmer Sabatini. So one, two, three, four of them that I'm giving you. Don't get too greedy, is all I'm going to say. Do not get too greedy. That's when it bites us the worst. For all we know, Demopoulos is going to fucking hit a spinning wheel kick and knock out Aldrich within the first 2 minutes of the fight. I won't lie. So I did sweep my official bets last week, but predictions wise, I did not do that good. I went 4-8 on the 12 fights that we had last week. So I'm hoping that we can bounce that back. I've heard somewhere, I believe like the industry somewhat standard of people hitting bets and predictions is roughly around 60%. I'm sitting right now at 62%. It got bumped down to 62% after I was at 63%. And that's with predicting 320 ish fights throughout the year. So I've always kind of, my goal has always been 65 to 70%. So I still want to get up there a little bit more. And that's also taking odds into considerations to a certain extent. So I think I'm going to back off that a little bit. Like the Sharonton Knight fight, like I felt like I let the odds do a little bit too much of the work for me in my mind there. So I'm going to try to be a little bit more cognizant about that, try to get that percentage back up. House of Cards, Willie going to get gassed and KO'd. I will give it to Jake Paul if he's able to eat a couple Woodley clean shots. I don't think he's ready for that. I don't think anybody's ever hit him as hard as Woodley's going to hit him. Daniel Edwards, that's good advice. Save the greed for the cheap parlays. Big mistakes, make simple bets. Yes, exactly. That's why I like the lock the night method. Let's just focus on one thing that we're quite sure about, and let's go big on that. Somewhere along the way, I had an affinity for DGen parlays, and obviously they've hit a couple times this year, and things have been really good. But the goal has always been to be just get the bankroll to a point where we can just spend on one thing, don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the week. So Dog MMA saying, yeah, calm that parlay farms greed kills. Yeah, don't get too greedy. JC saying 48-47 Chikadze lock it. All right, good luck, my guy. Daniel Edwards, the thing with Woodley is we can rely on him to not throw enough. Wanted to pick him, but he's so flaccid. I love that you use flaccid. But the thing is, this is boxing now. He doesn't have to worry about getting taken down, and he doesn't have a world-class fighter standing across from him here. That's the difference. He doesn't have to worry about getting nuked by Luke or whoever the fuck he's been fighting. This is a fucking YouTuber that just started boxing a couple years ago. Woodley's been doing this for most of his life, so I'd be surprised if he gives Jake Paul too much respect and doesn't throw. All right, that's 2 o'clock. Henry Wells, our official plays not public this week. That is correct. We are on a 3-event winning streak, which means that I just put the picks behind that $5 Patreon paywall. Link is in the description below. No long-term commitments there. You can cancel whenever the hell you want. If I miss my play today and you're too angry and you just want to cancel right away, go ahead. It is fine, but you're still going to get access to the entire website. But yes, until I hit my next losing event, I will be strictly behind that Patreon wall. Dog MMA, if he doesn't throw against Paul, retire. Yes, exactly. I've parlayed the undercard with Paul Woodley. I'm fading. Interesting. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Good luck on your bets today. I might do a fight companion. Let's see where it all goes. If you do want to stick around, make sure you guys hit that notification bell. I'm not promising it, but I might do the fight companion at some point tonight. Watch the fights with you guys. All right. Take it easy, guys, and maybe see you tonight. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week for the Darren Till and Darren Stewart card. Darren Stewart, Derek Brunson. God damn it. Let's fucking go. War Petrosky tonight. Let's